The Ogaden is a huge, hot, and often forgotten part of Ethiopia. But under its dry ground, there is more than just hardship. For years, people here talked about strange fires and water that smelled like oil. Most people thought these were just stories, but scientists found out the truth. The Ogaden Basin has huge amounts of natural gas and oil, covering over 350,000 square kilometers. In 2022, a company confirmed there are 7 trillion cubic feet of natural gas here. That could change Ethiopia's future. This discovery could change the region. But in Ogaden, resources often bring problems too. Oil and gas bring hope, but also conflict, and show the deep divisions in Ethiopia. For a long time, the government saw Ogaden as a problem, not a valuable place. Now, the world is watching. The big question is not just how to get the oil, but who will control it and what the cost will be. The secret is out. The Ogaden's oil and gas bring both hope and danger. The hidden wealth here could bring prosperity, but also more struggle. The world is paying attention now, and the stakes are high. Things are changing fast, and Ethiopia is at a turning point. In 2013, Ethiopia made a big move. The government signed a deal with China's Poly GCL to develop oil and gas in the Ogaden region. The plan was big. Many oil wells, a 700-kilometer pipeline to Djibouti, and hopes to sell gas to Asia. Ethiopia mostly relied on farming and foreign aid, so oil and gas seemed like a new beginning. Officials praised the deal. China brought money and skills. Ethiopia had the resources. In 2018, the first barrels of oil were produced. It was a small start, but exciting for the country. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed called it a historic moment that gave people hope. The message was clear. Ethiopia's oil could help millions escape poverty. People across the country became excited about oil, hoping for a better future. But the truth was, only 450 barrels a day were produced, a very small amount. Still, government announcements made people even more hopeful. For the first time, the Ogaden's oil felt real. People dreamed of a richer, better Ethiopia. But there were still big problems to solve. The world was watching, and what happened next was very important. The story of oil in the Ogaden is marked by violence and fear. For many years, the ONLF fought for control of the region. They believed the government was taking their resources. In 2007, ONLF fighters attacked a Chinese oil site in Abale. 74 workers were killed. This attack showed that oil development would not be easy or safe. Every oil rig, pipeline, and truck became a possible target for violence. Because of these dangers, the government and companies kept their plans secret. Even after a peace deal in 2018, the risk of attacks remained. Prime Minister Abiy said that keeping quiet was a way to protect people and investments. The memory of the Abel attack meant that oil had to be developed in secret. Now, the hope for oil is always mixed with fear of conflict. In the Ogaden, hope and danger are always together. The government kept the Ogaden oil discovery secret for more than just fear of violence. Many local people worried that the oil would be taken away, leaving their land damaged and their communities with nothing. The project was delayed again and again, making the government look unreliable. If the government admitted these problems, it could have caused anger and embarrassment. At the same time, leaders started thinking about using the gas inside Ethiopia instead of selling it abroad. By staying quiet, officials could avoid criticism and change their plans without trouble. In the end, this secrecy left Ethiopians unsure about what was really happening in the Ogaden. Ethiopia once hoped to export gas from the Ogaden, but delays kept happening. The pipeline project was stopped. By 2022, the government quietly said the export plan was over. They wrote it in a report, not in the news. Ethiopia needed a new plan. In 2025, Prime Minister Abiy said the gas would be used at home instead. The gas would help run local factories and make fertilizer in a new factory in the Somali region. The focus became using energy for Ethiopia's own needs and building local industries. Instead of selling gas quickly, Ethiopia wanted to create jobs and stop buying so much fertilizer from other countries. A $3 billion fertilizer plant with Dangote Industries became the new big project. The Ogaden's gas would help Ethiopian farms, not just be sold overseas. This meant more jobs for local people and cheaper fertilizer for farmers. The goal was now a stronger economy for everyone. The new plan would take longer, but it was better for the future. Instead of a quick solution, Ethiopia chose to build lasting growth. The Ogaden's future would be made in Ethiopia. Now, the country's hopes were changing. Ethiopia's plans slowed down, while its neighbors moved quickly. Somalia, once unstable, signed a big oil deal with Turkey in 2024, starting its own oil exploration. The deal favored Turkey, but Somalia needed it urgently. Now, Ethiopia had a direct competitor for investment and influence in the Horn of Africa. The race was on to see who would bring their oil to market first. Ethiopia's delays gave Somalia a chance. The dream of leading in regional energy was now a competition. The pressure on Addis Ababa to succeed was higher than ever. The energy rivalry in the Horn of Africa had started. In late 2025, the Ogaden region faces an important decision. The idea of exporting oil has faded. Now the focus is on using the resources for Ethiopia itself. New meetings show that leaders want the project to help the country. The plan is for gas to power local factories and businesses. A new fertilizer plant is the main goal. But people wonder if this promise will come true, or if it will be another missed chance. The new plan hopes to create jobs and help local people, but there are still problems, like security and transport. Building industry in this remote area is not easy. For years, Ogaden's oil has affected Ethiopia more by not being used than by being used. Now the country's hopes and worries are clear for all to see. What happens next will shape Ethiopia's future. The Ogaden secret is no longer hidden. Now it is up to Ethiopia to decide what to do. If you want to discover more hidden stories from Ethiopia and Horn African's country, make sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us for future episodes.